Hello guys, hope you are well and doing great in your daily routine lives. So today we are going to cover the Python collections. Normally in other languages we call them array, and array is similar to variable, but only the difference is in arrays we can store the multiple items, but in a single variable means that we can store only a single value. Okay, so guys, in arrays, we have different collections data types. So as you can see, list, tuple, dictionary, and set. So list, it is very common word which we normally use in our daily routine life. For example, the list of names, the list of items, list of countries. So this word is very common in our mind, and whenever the list comes in our mind, it means that there is there is more than one item. Okay. So if we define a list, it is very simple that list is ordered and changeable collection of data. It means that you can make the order of the list, you can make ascending order, you can make descending order, and even if you store the data in the list, so you can change the data. And it also allows duplicate members. So it means that you can store the similar item or similar data item in the list. What is tuple? Tuple is ordered just like list, but it is unchangeable collection of data. Means that if you store once the data, so though you can't change that data, it also allows duplicate members. What is dictionary? Dictionary is a collection, just like again, it is a common word dictionary, and normally when we just consult English dictionary or Arabic dictionary or the other languages dictionary. Dictionary means that has the collection of information or collection of. So here what we are having that in Python is dictionary is a collection which is unordered. Means there is no order of in dictionary. The data can be changeable and indexed. No duplicate members are allowed in dictionary. Okay. What is set? I think in your early classes, you are well familiar when you are doing your math. So over there, you have learned about set. So set is a collection which is unordered and unindexed, no duplicate members. So we will in later slides, we will see that what is actually meaning of index and what is meaning of unindexed. Cool. Okay, guys. So So here is the example of coding. So this is actually the code which we can write in Python ideally. And if we see this is the example, and this example we can create in Python. For instance, if you want to create a list, so very simple procedure in Python that you need to name the list. And guys, here I want to tell you that the naming convention or the naming rules will be the same which you already talked about or studied, that how actually you can name a variable. So the same rule will be applied here. So any legal name you can use which is allowed by Python, as already you know about it. Okay, so what actually we have done here? So we have done here, we have created two lists, and simply what we have done, and the syntax of the list is very easy, that in the variable name of the list, and then you use square brackets, and after using square brackets, if the value is string, so you can just use the quotes and then comma and then comma and then quotes. But if you have the numeric value, so the only simple way is to store the value, just write straight away the number and put commas for the multiple values. So guys, this is actually just ignore this line. So you use the square brackets. And for instance, here actually you have created two lists, one list A in which you have created just written like Python, Java, and year. And here, for instance, you have entered the numeric value. So now you want to print, and then you have given print like list A in then square bracket and zero, and then 1 5 and 1 5. So guys, what does it mean? Okay, now we learn it. Uh, so actually, uh, uh, I told you that you can store the value in list. The question is that how you can access those items. So those items can be accessed by indices. So here 0 is indices. So in list, the indices start from 0 to onward. For example, if I take the example of list A, so the first item, that is Python, will be stored in A, and this is actually the logical address of this Python item. Likewise, the Java the in this ID will be list A square bracket 1, and here list A square bracket 2. So likewise in list B, so this is 0, this is 1, 2, 3. So these are actually the indices or index number of the list, and this is a way that how actually you can you can access the data of the list collection. Okay, so in this case, in second example, so you can see that 1:5. So here, what exactly it is showing to you. So if you see on the bottom, so you can just see here. So just keep this one if I could. Maybe I can just make it on the top so that it shouldn't distract you. Okay, guys. So if you see here, so it is just displaying 2, 3, 4, 5. So now we need to understand actually what does one mean. So one means indices one. So if you see here, as I told you, the list start from indices 0 and then move forward. So here, the 2 is a value which is on indices 1. So here you can see that 2 is displayed. And then, so here you are saying that you need to get the value from 1 to 5. So this is indices 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So here it is showing you 2, 3, 4. But how many values it is going to show to you? It is going to show you the 4 values. So it means that whatever you are placing here, so it will just show you n minus 1. For instance, so it will show you the value from indices 1 till 4. So it means that if I want to show the values until 6, so then I will need to write here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So when I will write 6, so n minus 1 means that it will show one previous value to me until one previous value, as you can see in this case. Okay. Okay, guys, now what is actually the next we need to do? So in the list, there are some built-in methods or built-in functions which we can utilize to play with data which is stored in our list. For instance, append. So you can see that append can add an element at the end of the list. Means whatever you will add, it will add at the end of the items. Clear at the name shows that it removes all the elements from the list, but list is there, no element. Copy, as the name shows, that returns a copy of the list. Count returns the number of elements. Guys, if you have, for instance, 4 elements in your list or 5 elements in your list, so it will display you or give you back that how many elements are there in the list. Extend. Add the elements of a list or any iterable to the end of the current list. Fine. Almost these and append, you see that actually they are quite similar. So here we are doing the same thing. Okay. And then index returns the index of the first element with the specified value. Insert adds an element at the specified position. So if you see append, whenever you are going to add any element in the list, so it will add that element at the end of the list. But in insert, adds an element at the specified position. So it means that the role of append and insert is same, that they are both adding the items in the element. The difference is with the position, that in append items is being added at the end, while here you can specify the position where you want to add that item. So this is a few more built-in methods. For example, pop. Pop actually removes the element at the specified position, then removes the remove the item with the specified value. So here You can remove the item with the specified position, but here you can remove the item with the specified value, and reverses the order of the list and sorts the list, for example, ascending, descending. Okay. Okay, guys, now we will see that how actually, so we will see the different operations that how we can perform on this. Okay. So if you see here, why, okay, so what I do, I just go back here and I just squeeze it a little bit because it is not showing us. Okay, now I'm going to display it. Okay, guys. Here, if you can see that what I want to update in the list, want to add value at index 2 up to 2019. If you see the previous list, so this is the list. So this is the list. So what we want to do, we want to update this list. Okay. So what I want to do, I want to add value at index 2. So first I need to see that what is at index 2. So Python is index 0, Java is at index 1, and 2019 is on index 2. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, that I'm going to add value at index 2, and what is the value? 2020. So now here I can see this is the same list which we have already seen, and want to add value at index 2, print list 2. So here what I'm going to do, that this is print list 2. 2 means that actually what I wanted to see that what is actually in index 2. So here you can see this is the output at index 2 is 2019. Now I want to update the list and index 2 position. So I just assign 2020 to the list uh, at position 2. As I told you, the index is used to access the items and to play with the items. So here what we have done, that we have actually replaced 2019 with 2020. And now I want to see the impact of this change. See the new value at index 2 and print list 2. So here you can see the output. So on first print, as you can see here, that want to add value at index 2. So this is actually given. Then see the new value. So this is the output at index 2 A20. So guys, you can just have seen that how much it is easy or easier to update the list. And how, and here what you have done, that you have updated the data on the specific position. Okay, guys. So first function which we have talked about, that is append. A simple function you can use very easily. Like, so for instance, the same list is given, and now I want to append it. So what it did, that it actually appended the, so already all contents are there, but what is done, because we have seen that append add the item at the end of the list. So Python, Java, and 2019 already items in the list. Now it has added 2020. So the simple procedure that you need to use variable list or any name. So this list is not the reserved word. So you can use any username here, dot, and then this is the method, and this is actually the value which you want to add at the end of the list. Okay, guys. Now we have learned that what is actually the difference in insert and append. So initially we have seen that the only difference in insert and append add the value or the item at the end of the list, while insert add the item but again on a specific position. So that's why you see here, this is the syntax for insert, that you need to give index number here. So when you will give index number, so you can just straight away or directly add any element to that position. Now you can see here that the vowels are given here, A, E, I, O, U. So O is missing. So what I want to do, that I want to insert O exactly in I and U. So first I need to know that actually what is actually the index of this. So as I told you, that starts with index 0. So 0, 1, 2, and I want to add 3. I want to add O at index 3. So now you can see what I have given. So vowel is the name of my list, dot insert. So this insert is the method, and this is the syntax for insert method. So here I have given the index or the position where I want to actually where I want to keep this item O. And now what I have done, now I have actually place the O exactly in between I and U. Okay, guys, the remove. So as I told you, and as the name shows that it is very common method that remove means that you want to remove element. So when you apply this remove element, so what it will do, so for instance, here you have cat, dog, rabbit, and guinea pig. So if you want to remove rabbit, for instance, so you straight away write rabbit, so it will just find out rabbit and just remove it from the list. Very simple. Okay. Now, for instance, pop. So what is the purpose of pop? Takes single argument index to remove the item. So what does it mean? It means that you have to give only index of that item and that item will be removed. For instance, if I want to remove the item which is on the index number 3, so I will go that 0, 1, 2, 3. So this is at position 3. So if I want to pop or remove this item, takes single index to remove item. So it will remove straight away this item. That is so this is name of my list language, and I want to remove this language that is at position 3. So this French will be removed. Sorting. So as I told you that you can actually very easily sort items. For example, if you see here the items are given E, A, U, O, I, and I want to arrange it in ascending order. So what I need to say vowels dot sort, and it will automatically do ascend for me. If it is descending, it will do ascending. If it is ascending, it will do reverse. If you are using sort. So here actually, because here the list is not in order. So what you did that you have given the sort vowels dot sort, so it will do in ascending. And if you want to reverse it, so you can use reverse. For example, if you have already sorted it A, E, I, O, U, and if you want to reverse this, so you can use reverse, and it will reverse for you. So very simple syntax vowels dot reverse, and then you just apply. So this vowels is actually the list name. So this is the user defined name and you can use any as per your choice. Copy. So as the name shows that copy is a very like simple of the function in which, for instance, here is the list which is given as the name vowels. So the new list is the new name of the list and you want to copy vowels. So the simple way what you can do that you can just assign vowels to new list. And now you will see that the both lists will be alike. But there is another method and that method is that you can use simple the function or the method copy. So what you need to do you need to write the list legal name, then dot copy and the empty round brackets. So what it will do, this command and this command, they will have the same result. In both cases, the list will be copied. Okay, clear. So clear is actually the Python method which clear the items. For instance, in vowel list, the items are A, E, I, O, U. And if you want to clear it, so what will happen? So it will clear all these stuff. And when you will want to print, for example, here you have given print list vowels. So now you can see empty list. So you can't see any list here. So clear actually what clear does, clear has done here that clear all the items of the list. Okay, guys. So this was all about list. So we will do a very small activity, and this activity, what we need to do, that three different lists are given, like the list A is given, list B is given, list C is given. So what we will do, we will actually, and what is the objective here of programming? Display item set having three members from the each list in a way that items on the identical indices should become members. For example, TV, sofa, and picture. So this is actually we want a set. So to complete, we'll direct. I will write this code. Okay, I am here. Now what I will do, I will just make new file here and I will go in the activity. I will, sorry, I will just copy this stuff and I will just go to my blank file and here I will just copy it. Okay, so now what I want to do, I will just remove these codes because they otherwise if I will use the same code, so they are different in nature. So then I could get the error. Okay, so what I will do, I will just remove all this stuff and then I will place the new codes which Python compiler will be accepting. Okay, so now what I have done. So now here I'm going to choose the Python acceptable codes. Okay, and likewise, because as you know, all these list A, list B, they have the string data. So that's why I'm just including these values within the codes, within the single code. Okay. So now I have done this. Okay. After doing this, I will just save it. I can say activity one. So I have now I will run it and then see that whether it's fine because there will be no output in this case. See, it is that there is no logic error, there is no problem with my code so far. Okay. Now what I want that I want to we just go back to our problem and problem is that we want to display set in this format that one item from list A and the first item from list B and the first item from list C. Likewise, the second item from list A, the second item from list B, and third item from, sorry, second item from list C, so on, so forth. So go back to a program and we will make a program. So, the logic is that uh, the item from zero indices should come in that set. The items from list B indices means zero indices should come from list B and the item from third list, that is list C, from zero and pick dash one should come from here. Okay. So there are certain methods, and one method is that straight away I can write print, and then I can straight away use list underscore A, and then I use the and guys, this is also called the that how actually you can just do it can do the incremental development. So here I'm using zero indices and then I'm using list underscore C, sorry, C is capital, and then I'm using this indices and okay. So now we can see that list A, zero indices, list B indices, and then what I will do, I will save it and try to run it and see that how it goes. Oh, fantastic. So it is displaying the list, but the only difference which I see here that in the activity we have been told that you have to use comma, but in here it is missing. Okay, so what I need to do, I need to go back to again and I need to create like and put comma and then this one and then I come to here and then course comma course and then again comma. Okay, and now I will run it and see how it goes. Oh, cool. Now we will see that okay, okay. For first zero item, it is working fine. Okay. So what I will do, I will just copy the all statements here. And then what I will do, I will change the index value. So I will make it 1, 2, 3, then 1, 2, and 3. And then I will see that all stuff is there. Oh, boom. So see, all stuffs are there and we have actually generated or created a set of 4 values in each set. 1, 2, 3, 4. Sorry. So what we have done that in each set we have made the items of 3 values and there are 4 set 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, guys. Now, guys, we will see that just imagine that here we have only 4 values per list. But just imagine that if we have 50 values, 100 values, 1000 values and all this. So do you think would it be possible to use 1000 print statement or 500 print statement? Not at all. So now what we will do? So we will make optimize or we will optimize our code. Okay. So how I can do that? Yes, you're right. We need to use loop. And you have learned about that how we can use loop. Here we go that we are going to use loop. Okay. So what I do, I just use a loop. And if you remember that for loop purpose, we studied while, we studied for. So here I'm going to use for. Okay, for example, I say for j in and I use range function. If you remember in my previous lecture, I talked about the range function. And here if I say that I want to use, and if you remember, so I need to give starting point that is 1, and then how many items I will see here 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, when I've written 1 to 4, so here I need to consider that list starts all the time with 0. So the first item index is 0, and the last item index here in this case, so we'll count 0, 1, 2, 3. So it means that we have to start it with 0 and then we need to go until 3. And if you remember when I will telling you the range function, so I told you that the last value which you give to your range, so it print the one value less than the highest value. So it will go from 0 to 3. Okay, guys. Now what I will do, I will make the block of my this statement only of this one block and I will remove the other stuff. Okay. So here now, instead of using straight away the address of the index, I will use J. I will use J here and I will use J here. Okay. Now the what this loop will do that the first value of J will be 0. So it will print all zeros, means all items which are on index 0. Then all items are on index 1, 2, so on and so forth. Okay. So now I just save it and run that whether it works or not. Wow, fantastic. The result we have called the optimization that now the code is optimized. Whether if you add any value, for example, if I want to add something like a laptop, for example, and here I add one value. Uh, so for example, you can say revolving chair, a revolving chair, for instance, as you know, here, I was planning pathetic. And then we can use 5. Okay. So now if I save it and run this, so now you can see that every item will have how many, every segment may have how many items? 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3. No, the item will remain the same. That is 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. But what will happen? The number of set will be increased. So before adding this, how many sets were there? Yeah. Yes. How many sets were there? So there were 4 sets. In every set, we had how many values? 3. Every how many sets were there? 5 sets will be there. How many values will be there? 3. Okay. So we will run it. Wow, fantastic. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1, 2, 3. Oh, what happened? why it didn't actually display one more set? Okay, why? Can you tell me? Yes. Okay, the reason is that we have added one more value in all these lists, but we didn't change it. So what I need to write here? Yes, why? Because as I told you in the range, it start from initial value and the final value it run until uh, the 5 minus 1 means the final value minus 1. So it will run until from 0 to 4. Okay, so now we will run it and see that now it is working. Fantastic, fabulous. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So see guys, we have, and this is the last item which we have added actually in our list. So if I go back to my list, so here you can see that this was the last item. So this is a way that how actually we can perform the activity. So this is second activity, and I want you guys that this activity need to do. And, so in exercise 2, so we have 5 different activities A, B, and C. Make a list of country names and then ask from the user to enter a country name to search from the given list. Display a message if the asked country name exists in the list. So guys, I'm hopeful that you will do that. You can do this task by using the methods, built-in methods of the list. Likewise, arrange the list in alphabetical order. Oh, this is quite easy. And then what is on which position the list. So you can do it very easily. Then display the user about the letters frequencies of your entered country name. And here you can use the combination of loop and I think you can use the for loop. So guys, please complete these different tasks and let me know in the comment box that how this activity was done and what are your like remarks about this like activities. Thank you very much. See you next time. So nice of you, and I'm very grateful that you have listened to this stuff. Bye from now.